What's up, everybody? Youth1 Football Director here, Ryan Oliver, and today I'm joined by one of 2023's elite quarterbacks. I'm talking about Cody Shelton. Cody, thanks for joining me. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, man. Well, it's been a while since I've had the chance to catch up with you. I've been covering you on and off since you were about in what, fifth or sixth grade. You were
Yes.
number one on our Elite 101 last year. First and foremost, I want to ask you about being number one on the Elite 101 and kind of what your progression has been since that point. First, how did it feel to be named number one on our Elite 101 when it happened?
It was such an honor. I felt so privileged to be number one. There are so many great other athletes that could have got that ability, but to be selected number one really meant a lot to me.
Yeah, and it honestly meant a lot to me that you earned that ranking, but to give it to you, just I've seen your development from a young age until the point you're at now, and I've always been impressed with you. But when I was going over film and trying to decide where to rank people, I remember I was just like, after watching you perform at the show that year, I was like, Cody is got to be in, in consideration for number one, and ultimately you got it. You definitely earned it. What does it say about your game that you were recognized as one of the top athletes in your class?
Well, it just shows all the hard work I put into my game showing off. It was a great feeling to see that happen.
Yeah, and speaking of your hard work, what are you doing to stay active during these weird times we have in our society right now?
Yeah, so ever since I've been home, I really haven't been home. I've always been at the gym, always at the field. I I have speed and agility and strength training 6 times a week. And I'm throwing with my receivers about 5 times a week. And I'm watching film and having a meeting with my coaches weekly. So I've really been trying to develop my game over the break we've had.
Yeah, and I know how hard you work in your game and how dedicated you are to your craft. Cody, I want you to tell me a little bit about the transition you've made from, being in youth football now to being in high school and what that's been like, and whether you're starting or what, kind of what your deal is for your high school team.
Yeah, well, being on a competitive youth team really helped me get prepared for the next level. But it's been a smooth transition so far. I was second string on varsity last year, and I've been getting to know the playbook, know the team, and getting ready for the to take the starting spot next year.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. And Cody, remind me what team you play for, what high school?
Yeah, I'm at Manchester High School. It's a 5A school in Richmond, Virginia.
Right, that's right. I did know that. Well, Cody, I want to know a little bit about what you love about playing the quarterback position specifically.
Yes, I love playing quarterback. It's a great feeling being in control of the team, touching the ball on every play. The just the game's right in your hands every play, and being able to lead your team to victory. That's one of my favorite things about being quarterback.
Yeah, and one thing that I know from watching you play, I've seen you play in person, I've obviously seen all your film, is that you have this like calm demeanor and this poise about you when you play. It's like no moment is too big or small. It's like every play you treat the championship game just like you treat the other game, and you're really competitive, but you're very like unassuming. And I think that's a good leadership quality that you have. I want to ask you a little bit about how you feel about leading your team next year, as kind of take the reins of the team as a starter.
Yeah, well, always, always, being calm is a big part of being a quarterback. Keeping your team under control, having that leadership ability. Next year, I plan to do that, and hopefully, we can make it deep in the playoffs and maybe win a state championship.
And for those that haven't seen you play, what are some of your strengths on the field in your own words?
I would say a strength of mine is arm strength and accuracy, being able to make every throw in the field at all times, and being able to put the ball at the right spot in tight windows. I say those are my two biggest strengths.
Yeah, and so Cody, you've had your share of success on the field. You've been at the show, been an MVP, obviously number one on Elite 101. You've had all these accolades come your way, and you're really just getting started in your football career. Has there been a moment that's been most memorable for you so far?
Probably has to be two things. Being number one on the Elite 101 list, that was just such a privilege. I'm still very honored to have that. And then being one of the six at the show at the TB12 challenge last year.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, I've been to the show a few years, and the talent there, especially at quarterback, is top notch. And so to be a standout amongst a bunch of standouts, if you know what I mean, is always a testament to your ability on the field. Cody, as you kind of take the next step in your football career and just in general, I want to know about some of your goals. Maybe give me some short-term goals you have for yourself, and ultimately what some long-term goals you have.
All right. Short term is definitely next year taking the starting spot and leading my team to deep in the playoffs, a winning season. And then long term is probably uh, after high school at the next level in college to be able to play at that ability at that level.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And speaking of colleges, are there any colleges kind of on your radar that maybe have showed some interest in you?
Um, couple of local ones, but no official anything yet. But it's been hard to get recognition with the coronavirus, and then
Yeah.
not having the enough film last year being a second string.
Right, for sure. Well, I have no doubt that the colleges are going to be coming. I can vouch for your talent, your ability, and the way you play out there. So that's coming for you for sure. Do you have any idea of the characteristics you're looking for in a college program when the time comes?
Yes, it has first of all always has to have great academics. It's always very important. Then the good coaches, and then winning program.
Yeah, well, those are all important values. Cody, as you know, you get prepared for the season. What is your off season look like? I know you said you're training, but maybe give us some insight into what else you have going on.
Yeah, like you said, the training always at the field and everything. Then just growing chemistry with my teammates. I think that's important. Then breaking film down as mental part of the game is very important.
Yeah, yeah, those are all important things to work on going forward. Cody, I want to shift gears a little bit, and I want to ask you about some things you like to do off the field that aren't football related. What does Cody like to do?
I'm a big video game player. I love playing video games. Spend time with friends and family. Um, um, Probably working out, going places with friends.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Well, I gotta ask, what video games are you on right now?
I'm a big Madden and 2K player.
Oh, okay. I'm a retired Madden player, but I still play 2K from time to time.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, as we wrap things up, Cody, I want to ask you, is there anything else that we should know about you that maybe we wouldn't know from watching you play football?
Um, Probably just that even though you can't see it all the time, I like to call myself pretty good a leader, leading my teammates, encouraging them, that type of thing. Always in their head, trying to make them better and encouragement.
Yeah, well, one thing I know about you is that you lead by example. And so
Yes.
the work you put in, the way you play on the field, the way you just have a commanding presence. I've seen it in person. I can vouch for it. And I know that you got big things ahead of you, and I'm excited to follow your journey. The last question I'm gonna ask you, Cody, I've been asking every athlete this. What is in Cody Shelton's headphones before a big game?
Uh, I'm not a big music listener, but I like to watch highlights of people. Two in particular, it has to be Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson.
Oh,
Those are my
wow.
two to watch. Yeah.
That's awesome. I like that answer because typically the answer I get is "Lil Baby" is the answer that like 90% of athletes get. But I like that you're watching some film before you go out there, and those are two great guys. to watch film of. Well, Cody, thank you for your time. It's truly fun catching up with you. I've been following your journey since you were in 5th grade, and I'm excited to see what you do going forward. So,
Thank you.
keep up the good work, and I appreciate your time.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Cody.